welcome to Broadcast in Bed. I'm your host, Brendan Getchis. In international news, we in the United States talk a lot about our country ending as we know it. But you know things are bad when this guy shows up on your television and says, "There's no coup in Zimbabwe." How did the beret become the official uniform of coups all around the world? Is it like, "Nah, man, I ain't gonna follow you if you're gonna wear a boiler hat"? Ooh, beret and some Ray-Bans? Even if we get caught and executed, we gonna look fine. So, Zimbabwe's former vice president takes over. Time for a new regime. Except this guy is named Crocodile. He was the second in command to the deposed Mugabe and carried out all his orders. So the difference is the new guy has military support. Woo! Blank canvas. At this point, Zimbabwe is just a loaded name. When you think about best countries, Zimbabwe is usually at the bottom of your list, mostly because it's in alphabetical order. But PR isn't helping, so I have a solution. Zimbabwe, have you considered a name change? I mean, you don't even hear about some places like Persia or Zaire anymore. Think about it. Zaboomafoo. There's a custom mascot built in, and you get those Millennium Tourist dollars for nostalgia. You can send me a check in the mail later. In national news, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is facing a battle, as the outgoing director, Richard Cordray, has announced his resignation and promoted Leandra English to number 2 in command, which would make her leader by the Bureau's bylaws that created it in 2011 with the Dodd-Frank Act. However, hours after his resignation, Donald Trump has denounced a contender for interim director, Mick Mulvaney, citing a 1998 law for governmental vacancies. Thus continues a civil war between Congress and the White House that have been openly antagonistic to the Bureau, calling it a rogue agency. Now, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau was founded under the Obama administration as a new agency to regulate the practices of banks and loan institutions that nearly created a second depression in 2008. However, as the White House are stern believers in trickle-down economics, as long as they get to do the pissing, they are the natural enemies to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And Richard Cordray, who has been instrumental in creating the protections to never let 2008 happen again. While Mick Mulvaney is widely expected to remove these protections and just let corporations run free and give out little to no information loans to everybody. I mean, the whole situation reminds me of the end of World War II, when General Eisenhower saw all the carnage that was created and said, "Let's take pictures and document this so that it never happens again." Germany, agreeing with this sentiment, promptly threw all the pictures away, pardoned all the Nazis, rebuilt the camps, and then funded their return to power. Oh wait, that never happened. And that's the difference between an irresponsible political party and an irresponsible banking institution that we're now dealing with. Angela Merkel shows her disapproval. In business news, WWE Worldwide Economic Smackdown of the United Kingdom has begun, with Angela Merkel throwing down the gauntlet and giving the UK until December 4th to make progress on 3 key conditions. First, the exit fee, second, citizens' rights, and third, the Irish border crossing. Or else Tusk is giving them the chair. Now, the two biggest sticking points are the exit fee and the Irish border. Although there are rumors that, in principle, Theresa May's party back in the United Kingdom has already approved the €60 billion exit fee that have to be paid out to the European Union. I'm assuming they showed her a chest full of gold, as is customary in most European dealings. The issue at hand is the Irish border crossing, where Prime Minister Leo Varadkar of Ireland has already said that they want written agreements of any new customary measures, as well as having no hard customs borders if possible, between itself and the UK-controlled Northern Ireland. This has become a problem because the United Kingdom insists that it cannot write anything down until December, and everything will just work itself out. You know, as if Brexit was just going downtown and picking which cafe to eat at this time. We'll figure it out when we get there. Except without these agreements, the cafe you eat at could be smuggling horse meat. Complicating matters even more is that the Irish government could be facing a no-confidence vote in the next 2 weeks, which means it would have to hold new elections after Christmas time. Thus, any agreements made now might not even be approved by the new government. Yes, that means there's only one solution. It's time to put on the trading gloves, have a good old-fashioned Brexit Brawl Island Cage showdown. In popular news, everybody expects great deals on Black Friday, or at least expects violence. The Purge wasn't just a movie. It was a documentary on Walmart. And also, The Purge has announced a brand new sequel, Black Friday, Shop and Kill. However, there are lots of deals that people are missing out on the post-Turkey Day rush. At the grocery store. Everyone goes crazy over half-off Halloween candy and Valentine's Day candy. But there are poor, lonely, cold turkeys just looking for your love. You don't even need to eat them. There are so many more things you can do with them. Like, put them in a suit. Or use them to distract guard dogs for your annual reenactment of how the Grinch stole Christmas. I wonder how Jim Carrey's doing. Or, best of all, turkey cannon. I'll meet you again next time for January and all the latest deals on mustaches after Martin Luther King Day. And that's all the news I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me for Broadcast in Bed. And remember, don't start your day on snooze. Start it with this news. Broadcast in Bed with your host, Brendan Getchus.